Hello everyone and welcome back to the Boogeyman. In this video we will be trying to get, I say trying but we will definitely getting the happy ending. Because I'm looking at the walkthrough. Oops, god damn it. Oh, this is a bathroom, idiot. No! Okay, time to find Stevie this time at least. I know where he is.
Lights.
Oh my god, idiot. Turn on the switch.
Lights.
It's literally right there. You could have turned it on as you were walking in. That was bogus as hell. I was so fast this time. Unlike last time where I got lost and I didn't know this room existed. I hate you, Boogeyman. Not even in a tutorial. When I find you, I'm gonna shove your head all the way up your ass. So one of the ways to get the happy ending is to watch this videotape. Which I wouldn't have known otherwise, because that was like the easiest one to find. Because I'm just like, yeah, just take whatever's in that dead dude's mouth. It's probably important. You ever think about how it's odd that we never look upwards enough? Like, there's like several horror movies where they use like something's on the ceiling, but you don't notice it because you never look at the ceiling. Okay, and in this one is another happy ending trigger, and we have to get through the armor maze to look at the painting in the back, which I wanted to do before. But I was like, oh no, I can't get there because there's nowhere is safe, but apparently there is. Let's see if I can do this. Aw, damn it. And I forgot to save too, because I'm stupid. I accidentally hit start. God damn it. Okay, this time I'm gonna be smart and I'm gonna save. Okay. It can't be directly in front of one. So... So why do I push this? What do I do? Okay. Oops. There's something in the broken stone. Got a bit key? Jeez, key. Try to click on it and you don't do anything until you turn around and come at it again. Finally, I can open this stupid gate, which I could never open. I hate you, gate. You're not my favorite gate. Can I take this? Fine. Be like that. Wait. Just in case. Fine.
Helena.
Keith? Keith, are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm fine. What about you?
Keith, thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Helena, your leg's wounded. Hold on, I'll get over there.
Keith, I'm fine. I'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about.
Helena?
Says the person who's trembling so much.
Wait, Helena, I'll be right there. Don't move from that spot.
I'm fine. I swear. I'll be fine. Wait for me, Keith. Don't worry.
Helena!
God damn it, woman, you're literally the only person we couldn't get into the safe room. Tableware of some sort. Like, a bowl?
Go.
Why, you loose cannon. What were you planning to do if I got shot?
I definitely did not space out and almost let you die.
Let's move.
Oh, son of a bitch, I forgot to grab the stupid gem. I shot the eagle and I left. Lance must have been judging me for it. Hey Richard, remember when I accidentally let you drop? Wasn't that a good time, old chap? Okay, I was looking at the happy end for this one, and I'm a little confused, but we'll see what happens. You know, I don't remember there being glass in the way. That's what the rope was for. What the heck? Oh, this is what I saw. I bet you if I click Z, I'd jump off. Oh wow, I don't jump off. Amazing. Okay, so when it comes to both of these videotapes, you have to see them right away. Like, you gotta see the first one before you get to the Grundlers, and you gotta see this videotape before you get to David. Because they will break. I guess that's where the axe from before came from. When I went back in here and I was like, what the heck when that happened? Man. For somebody who has a whole room of videotapes, the boogeyman got such a hatred for a VHS player. It's not like I even found the videotapes. I don't know why he destroyed it. When is this all even happening? Where are these video cameras set up to? Are they in the vents or something? Because there were no video cameras in there. And I'd be surprised if the boogeyman can fit in there. Well, that is the next happy ending trigger. Seriously though, when did that all happen? Was that like, how long were we knocked out that the boogeyman could chase Helena everywhere without us even hearing? Okay, so apparently the glass that was in front of both of the weapons had to do with this. And it was just, I just pushed every single button. It didn't matter. The dog's dead anyway, still. I hate the boogeyman. He's such an asshole.
Don't you ever forget your duty.
Don't ever forget your duty as a man to protect your woman. But in this case, your woman has to protect you, her man, because you are a wimpy wimp. And me, I'm a strong man. So strong and courageous. Ooh, I don't know how to get back. I'm so strong and muscular and handsome. And smart, too. For this happy end trigger, you put the stupid music box key into the piano. And then you check it from the side or something. What was it? Open it from the right. There's a button inside. You push it. It opens the dumb painting.
David, lend me your lighter. Stay here. Stand by the painting and keep a lookout. Call for me if you see anything strange.
Don't look at the dead body.
Got it.
Pretend it's not even there. It's dark in here. Doesn't matter. I mean, you could smell it, but... A painting hangs on the wall. A poem is written on the frame. I'm going to be honest, I never remember how to pronounce this word. Period? Lunaire. Period, my laughter have I unlearnt. The image of radiance dispersed. Black waves a banner upon the mast. Period, my laughter have I unlearnt. Oh, now return to me, soul's veterinarian. Snowman of lyric, your lunar highness. Parry out my laughter, I want it back, you son of a bitch. After the performance last night, the poor little man strolled out of the town to the lonely churchyard. The wreath of flowers on Columbine grave had already faded. There he sat, and what a study for a painter, with his chin on his hand and his eyes turned toward me. He looked like a grotesque monument, a Punchinello on the grave, strange and comical. If the public had seen their favourite, how they would have applauded and cried, "Bravo, Punchinello, bravo! Bravissimo!"
Hey, detective. Up to your silly profiling, it seems. Say, why don't I try doing the same?
I will punch you in the dick.
You're always carrying a little box with you. A precious little black box. A treasure trove of all you hold dear.
I still don't understand what that is. Is it, like, maybe, like a little box with Todd's ashes in it? That could be a thing. Or is this metaphorical? Figurative. I don't remember.
Don't you notice the smell from that box? It's, you know what it is, don't you?
Smells like ashes.
Do you think you're better than me? Do you want to kill me or befriend me? I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Who do I pray to straighten out this crooked tongue?
The bookcase is mostly storybooks. There are old toys on the table. Creepy large clown. I'm an idiot, and I just realized that Boogeyman doesn't have to go crawling in the vents to install cameras. All he has to do is open the vent. I'm so dumb. I just realized that if this entire time Keith has had, like, what is, I think it's supposed to be DID, but I can't remember the exact, like, what each letter means, but, you know, if Keith has multiple personalities based off of the last, ending that I played, which was when everyone just disappeared. It shouldn't be that Keith is actually the boogeyman, but, like, what if? What if somehow it is Keith as the boogeyman? Because the previous two games have been supernatural. So there's a possibility that it could be the case. So Brendan's dead, and the manifestation of... Oh, hold on, let me rethink this. Boogeyman is a real supernatural entity. He basically... I'm sorry if you heard my wrist crack. He basically, like, whispers sweet nothings to people who are, like, especially weak to being manipulated. Like, they experience, like, something that, like, weakens them mentally and stuff like that. So, if Brendan is in fact the descendant to the people in this castle, Brendan was abused and stuff, so that ends up being his weakness. The boogeyman whispers to him and stuff, and so he starts killing people. But then Keith comes in and the boogeyman's just like, oh, no, no, no. Oh, wait. Before that, because I keep forgetting what I'm trying to say about the whole doubles thing. So, the boogeyman causes like a manifestation, maybe like actually physically with Brendan, because like, why does he need to make a secondary when he could just use the main body, because Brendan might not entirely be there. And he just uses Brendan to do all this jazz. And then Keith comes in, the boogeyman's just like, wait a second. Oh, that one. I want that one. But Keith is still a little, maybe too strong about it, and so, just because, sounds way more fun to do this, the boogeyman, maybe creates, a secondary Keith to screw around with everyone. And so, it is in fact Keith, but not Keith. I made it sound really complicated, 'cause I couldn't figure out how to word it, and I kept skipping over the stupid thing that I was supposed to say. But, I think you should understand the end point. Boogeyman makes a second Keith, uses that to torment Keith, because Keith want fight person to make all murder stop or something. But that's just a theory. A really, just completely mess of a theory. I talk about Keith having a duplicate of himself, but all my chips are on Brendan. No matter what other theories I may think about, my chips are all on Brendan. I think Brendan is the culprit, and I refuse to say otherwise. Okay, so for this next happy ending trigger, we have to go all the way to look at a balled up piece of paper, and when we hear the footsteps, we gotta turn off David's lighter and hide in the top left corner. I definitely did not forget my rights for my lefts.
Ah! Don't move. You're under arrest.
I'm gonna strangle ya, you son of a bitch!
Your wifey's got a good butt on her. Really makes me want to chase after her.
Shut up! Don't speak! You're under arrest, you ain't got no rights to speak anymores.
Where is she?
And the one with the good butt in this relationship is me, how dare you!
Where?
Ah, detective. How careless. Trying to take me on in such close quarters.
How do you grab anything with those nails? I hate you so much.
I hate to say such a rude thing to a detective, but not really. Dummy.
You're the dummy.
Keith, my poor darling. You watched me as I wallowed in the depths of despair. And there you stood, with your back against the edge. Now, it's time that you finally learn.
Oh my god, another theory. The boogeyman was Helena all along. Chased by the manifestations of her despair.
You need pride. You need peace. So go ahead. Take it all. But don't you see? In the end, there will be nothing left of you.
Ugh.
God damn it. Let's grab a paper and an IC recorder, something scribbled on the paper. You just want to hear her?
Where is this? Who are you? What's going on?
Hello, Miss Baring.
Who?
Call me Boogie, ma'am. I'm about to begin a game befitting such a joyful night. I'd appreciate your participation as well. Run from me, miss.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you mean.
Run from me so I can see that ass shake.
Where's my husband? Where am I? Why is that man tied up?
Ah, he's an assistant. He can quickly explain to you how this will all work. If I should catch you, this happens.
Oh,
Understand the rules now?
that's where the guy who was shot came from.
Where's my husband?
Somewhere you wouldn't know about.
Where's my husband?
He can't save you. He's in my grasp. It's up to me if he lives or dies. Now run, Miss Baring. The game begins, and I am it.
So, I was on the inside of the cell?
Yeah. That's why there was shackles in there. You know, a part of me feels like Helena's voice actress shouldn't have sounded so, soft and weak the entire time. I feel like considering Helena has tried to stay, positive in this relationship, she tried so hard in keeping it despite how much she was ignored and everything. And then, maybe it should have went from strong with moments of weakness and then just, maybe complete weakness after this whole thing. I don't know. I'm not a voice director. I'm just saying.
Thanks for the letter.
Keith, did something happen?
That big head knocked me out cold.
What? No wonder you took so long. Are you okay?
I thought you were dead in there, but I just kind of stood here and I hoped you were okay.
I could have died easily, but more importantly... No, forget it. There was another corpse. I think one of the servants. Been dead a few months.
A few months? Isn't that kind of odd?
Yeah, it is. It's not like he got stuck there and couldn't get out. He was clearly murdered with a knife. What a ridiculous place. I never wanted to come somewhere so shady.
What about it is shady? Keith, let's rest a little. If you don't take a break, you're going to...
What happened?
Shut up. This isn't the time.
I'm tired, okay? Let me rest. Or are you going to drag around an exhausted citizen, detective?
David, who are you talking to?
Lend me your lighter. You've got one smoke to rest.
Keith's all like, oh shoot, I'm not in the right position.
The heck is that guy anyway?
I feel like I always forget, like, random pieces of things. It's like in this poem, I don't remember a certain line, and I'm just like, wait, did it change? It doesn't seem like it. Which is why I get so, concerned when it comes to seeing certain parts of games when I'm redoing it, because it's like, did we actually see this, or did we not? That last part, I don't remember, for some reason. Like, I know that he mentions talking about a monster, but for whatever reason, that one sentence isn't familiar to my brain. But when I leave the closet, I'm just me. I can't be a monster. Until now. Does that mean the old guy in the sewer is his dad? An old video camera appears to be busted. A few bloodstains are scattered on the floor. Cupboards, the tableware is coated in dust. Stone oven. Old clock, it doesn't seem to work anymore. Candle stands on the floor. One of the table legs is broken.
At last, I finally got a hold of you. Oh dear, hurt all over. But what else could I do? You just wouldn't stop running, miss, no matter how much I hurt you. But well, our game of tag's come to a close now. Yes, you can't outrun the scary, scary boogeyman.
I mean, she kinda did in the last few endings.
Are you relieved it's over, or are you still scared? Well, madam, do you want to run?
You're an unbelievable idiot.
Say again.
I called you an idiot. You thought I was running because I was scared? You think I'm scared of you? Maybe you've spent too long in your little closet world to understand. You've convinced yourself that women and children are all scared of you. What were you planning once you caught me? Kill me? And then what? You'd go to kill Keith, right? You told me you had Keith in your hands. Whether he'd live or die was up to me. I guess that was true. And all this time you've been foolishly chasing after me. You could never kill him.
Damn it. I can't believe Helena was the one who had the choice between letting us live or die. I thought it was us. But it wasn't.
I'm weak. I can't be as strong as Keith is. But there is something I can do in all my weakness. If I can keep your attention away from Keith by running all the time, I'll run to the ends of the earth. You poor, stupid little boogeyman. You really are such a child. You just love bullying anyone weaker than you.
Boogeyman was smarter. He would have just killed Keith. Would have just ignored her. Make her think that he was running after her and chasing her, and then... Bye, Keith.
Go ahead. Have fun in your little world. Call yourself a villain, a monster. But I'll never let you bring my husband into it. Don't you dare lay a hand on him!
You talk too much, madam.
That's terrible. Let's hurry and look for Helena. She must be nearby. Keith? Keith, what are you doing? We have to hurry. Keith, are you listening? Hey, what are you staring at? Are you asleep? Get a grip! Come on!
I'm awake.
Keith has been enraged.
David, you look for Helena. She should be near.
Huh? What about you? What are you gonna do?
I'm going to go kill a monster.
Honestly, for like people like the boogeyman, death is too easy of an escape.
Wait, Dad. Leave the door open and don't turn out the lights in the hall.
Why?
The boogeyman will come.
What kind of guy is this boogeyman?
He has long nails and kidnaps kids. He lives in the closet.
A kidnapper? Well, can't leave a guy like that on the loose. Alright, Dad'll give him a good beating. Hey, Boogie, you in there? What? Hey, let go.
Dad?
Dude, if I was Todd, I would have been crying so hard.
Dad!
Whew, it was a little tough, but I got him good. No worries, son. Old Boogie won't come for you anymore.
Really?
Would I lie? Would have ran out this room. Mom! The boogeyman killed Dad!
Me and Mom are in the bedroom right there, you know. You still scared?
Dad, is there a dead body in my closet? Is that what they mean about skeletons in the closet, Dad?
Oh, need your stuffed bunny, do you? Or should I read you a bedtime story? Maybe the ones with the fairies.
No way! I'm not a wuss, Dad. I can sleep by myself.
That's the spirit. Listen, Todd. If the boogeyman comes to get you again, Dad'll beat him up. I'm not gonna let anyone mess with you or Mom.
'Cause you're a police officer?
'Cause I'm Dad. Good night, son. Should I leave the light on?
It's okay. I've got you and Mom.
Good night. I love you.
Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. Have you ever thought about it, detective? Thought you have an enemy?
Honestly, considering your name is Boogeyman, it would have been way cooler if you just caused us to dance until we die.
Who or what it is, you don't even know. Maybe it doesn't even exist. Maybe it's all in your head. But you know there's something tormenting you, always making it so painful. You feel like the whole world's out to make you suffer. Too troublesome to make an enemy of the whole world, right? So just making one enemy will do. I chose you as my enemy. Have I become yours? Oh well, either way, we're gonna settle this right here.
I chose you as my enemy, but I actually wanted Dick as my enemy, so you're kind of like my second choice. No offense.
Let's end this wonderful game now. Can you beat this final boss and take back your beloved wife? What's so funny?
Boy, you're really having a blast, huh? What's so funny that you can be all smiles all the time? Total opposite of me. I don't remember the last time I laughed. But I guess we were pretty similar after all. In a sense, it was all a lie.
Hey, this stupid lever's gone again. Keeps disappearing.
You're always grinning ear to ear, but you're scared, aren't you? So you keep running. You can't go head to head with me.
Put up your dukes. We ain't need no knives or long nails. We fight with our fists.
You and me are just acting. You're no scary monster, and I'm no paragon of justice. Final boss? Huh. A big baddie should be a pretty sly guy, shouldn't they? But taking hostages, always on the run, the only thing you can chase after is girls' rumps. You know, I wasn't planning to do anything with you. As long as the others were safe, I was fine leaving you be. I'd secure your hostages and scram, then just leave you to the local police. Because I'm not chasing you. You just keep running from me. What I'm really chasing after. Sorry, but it ain't you. That's right, it's not you. You're my enemy. Spare me the sleep talk. Why would I make my enemy a dunce who just sneaks away? A coward who hides in the closet and threatens kids. And your enemy? Not me either. You've got a lot more enemies. If you go to the slammer, you're gonna be a real popular guy. I can tell. But this is a great chance. No hostages to get in the way, no one watching, so I can do whatever I like with you. Detective, criminal, that doesn't matter now. You've done the number one thing to get on my bad side. You chased after my wife's rump.
God, why does he say rump? It's so unintimidating.
That alone is enough reason for me to beat you down.
You've looked at my wife's ass? I'm gonna kick your ass!
Don't you think, Boogie?
Should have went after mine. I'm not even an ass guy. Ew. Ugh, I don't like that noise.
Can't afford to laugh anymore, can you?
You're not gonna question the fact that there's blood coming out?
Back to your closet, Boogeyman. You don't have what it takes to make it over here.
Okay, this is not how I thought this was gonna go. What? I am so confused. I use my magic powers. Ooh, spooky. Oh shit, I got too close. Spooky scary. Ow. Okay, jerk. I keep getting too close. Why is it... I ain't finished yet. This is the third time. Oh shit. Oops, that's not Steve.
Come on, I thought you were tougher than that.
I'm scared.
Come on, I thought you were tougher than that.
This is so confusing. I don't do well with RPG fight. Told you I just get too close.
Where do you think you're going, Lance?
Going outside.
I'm gonna find them. They've been gone way too long.
Did you forget what he said? It'll be a burden on him to move around on our own.
Yeah, then why does David get to go?
Well, then after all is said and done, we'll tell him we did just what he said. Of course, you might have all gone stone cold by that time.
Don't joke about things like that.
Sounds like a joke to you? We got 2, maybe 3 corpses around here?
Oh, there's way more than that, bud.
What part of don't you get?
Stop, you two. Don't fight.
We'll go search together.
What happened to the table? Oh, I know what happened to the table. I've been thinking about this for way too long. Richard took the table and used it to get across the hole. That's where that table came from. But considering he took it from the middle of this room, how come nobody stopped him?
I'll lead the way. Sophie and Shirley, you hold hands. And Lance, you watch the rear.
Papa.
You really want to go?
Yes, we'll be all right together. And there's something I'm curious about.
Just don't go into the armored area, please. That's like the only trap that I can remember that's still working.
What's that?
This whole incident may just be a great big farce.
What do you mean?
Let's be going.
Yeah, it wasn't a farce when your daughter died. Or when you died, for that matter.
Helena! Where are you? Helena!
Theory before we find Helena. Random ass theory after Richard mentioned the word farce. The real culprits are Keith and Helena. They wanted to spice up their love life, and by doing that, they became criminals together. That's how it goes. What the heck? There was something under there.
Helena!
How'd she get up the ladder
David!
if she's tied up?
Are you okay?
That man knocked me out. I woke up here. I was unconscious the whole time. Keith!
Helena!
Keith! Where are you?
Always on the run, huh? But marijuana addicts can move better than you. What's in that big head of yours?
Nothing. There's nothing there. Damn it. I say
Brendan?
that, but I wanted Brendan to be the culprit this whole time. I'm just like, oh man, it wasn't a headless body. Lame.
You lose. Detective.
Joke's on you. I win because now I know you're the culprit.
You're Brendan? Why? Stop moving around.
Does he not read the stuff? Only I'm allowed to read.
Helena!
We have to stop the bleeding. Lance!
Richard, help me out.
Sophie, find something to tie him with.
Keith!
Got you.
Keith? You...
Helena, when we get home, let's finish our conversation.
All I could think about is, Tag, you're it, and she just dies. That was it. That's his last words.
No more running.
This is all just a bogus game of tag.
No! Keith, stay with me, please! Keith!
I'm actually really impressed with Helena's, yells.
The servants and Stevie. 10 people died all told. I'm sure glad to be alive now. Feeling glad to even have air to breathe.
Listen, don't you say a word about all this, especially not to your coworkers. If it takes money to shut your yap, I'll pay any price.
Cool, so just give me a check and I'm gonna write how much you need to pay.
Oh, bribery. Where's that money coming from?
My own pockets. Listen, you guys can distort the truth all you want, and I won't say a peep, 'cause that's freedom of the press. But this is different. I've got no tolerance for people pointing and laughing at a wounded friend.
Do I gotta tell you again? I'm not a gossip guy. I hate cops, sure, but I hate gossip too. I won't ask for money, and I won't say a peep, 'cause I'm grateful to the guy. So quit hounding me.
We had a moment when I was touching his hair. It was very soft, and I hope he lives so I can touch his hair again.
But, as an involved party, I've got a right to know what happened there. I just can't wrap my head around it. I talked to Brendan at dinner. Heard he got tired of the musty old castle and ran to Hollywood. Had a lot of fun in the movie biz. So what was the motive?
Guy's gone silent. Sounds like he convinced you he was a goody two-shoes. But I bet you heard a different story in Hollywood. Now that's the kind of thing your lot should be writing about. Nobody knows people's past, usually. But it's easy to fool you into thinking otherwise with a little acting. And once you know somebody's past, you can lead them by the nose. He tricked you all, and tried to kill you. What a farce. Not sure of the motive yet, but he was pretty systematic about it all. Spent a ton of cash beforehand to check up on all the tour attendees. Even did a background check on me.
On you? Why?
'Cause I was going to be on that tour.
No wonder I thought he knew me. The hell, so he just researched us?
That's the oldest trick in the book for us, saying, I know all about you. It makes you superior to the other person, so you can control them.
How does he know about Keith, who was like a last-minute change?
Then they freak out and have to submit.
You know,
Do that
if we're
tactic
not,
well.
if we're not adding the supernatural element into it.
Seeing right through people without any tricks. That's what makes a real monster, ain't it? In his case, he just used money and connections to dig up people's pasts, and played the part of a monster.
But the research wasn't to select candidates, so he just picked randomly. Oh, damn, was he just in it for fun?
Now, my turn to ask questions. What you tell me is the only way I can figure out this incident. Give me anything you got. First, Brendan, or Boogie rather. What kind of man was he?
How should I say it? I suppose he had no emotion. That's how I saw him. He said such terrifying things without a care. He hardly showed any human feelings. He really was like a monster.
Keith told me he was a real jester.
Jester? Absolutely not. I would have much preferred if he were at least a little silly. He was a very disturbing, terrifying man. He was totally calm as he did awful things.
Richard, you seem to have a suspicion he might be Brendan. Why do you think that?
When my daughter went missing, and I panicked thinking that man might have taken her, Keith told me something. This was the kind of person who would show corpses as decoration, so if he did take Sophie, he'd show off proof of it, meaning she was still safe. Luckily enough, I didn't see them, but indeed, evidently, there were many dead bodies left around. As Keith said, my daughter hadn't fallen into his grasp. He was correct in his assumption. That made me realize something unusual about what he'd said. Keith said he saw the moment Brendan's neck snapped, and his corpse was quickly dropped into the basement. Isn't that odd? Why did he quickly put Brendan's corpse out of sight? Why did he treat him differently from the other victims?
'Cause he didn't want you investigating it. He's got some keen insight, I'll give him that. So you suspected this was a farce plotted by Brendan?
No, well, I suggested that since Keith hadn't checked the corpse, he might still be alive. I only wanted to believe there was a chance he was alive. I had no conviction about the rest.
He didn't say his neck snapped. He said he was beheaded.
So I didn't speak about it to Keith. I wouldn't dare risk throwing him off with my amateur opinion. Not to mention we didn't know whether his wife was safe.
Apparently, Keith saw the moment Brendan's head came off, actually.
Was it a doll?
Right you are. Packed with neat little blood packs, it seems. Brendan was hung upside down and had his mouth taped up, and it was dark enough to be hard to tell who's who. Just dressing him up the same way made Keith assume it was him.
Why was there so much blood that Brendan, either coughed up or something? It just started spreading over the mask.
On top of all those flashy rave lights, he dropped the corpse down below so it was impossible to check it closer. And since Keith saw the tour conductor killed right after that, of course, he'd think Brendan was killed too.
If I'd said something, maybe this could have been resolved sooner, but I was paralyzed with fear. I was only worried about my daughter, even when Keith was running all over the place for us.
Don't worry about it. Keith did all that 'cause he wanted to. That's all. He's deeply glad you're all safe. Now, little lady, can we hear from you too?
And also, technically, Keith was the only one who was most qualified to be going around searching for things.
Hear what?
Anything. What you thought. What you noticed.
Well, I knew he was a fake, because I've met the real boogeyman.
I was in the closet, and then he whispered to me, and it was really weird. And I met the Sandman.
Sophie, stop it. Not this tale again.
Wait, so that means the Sandman did occur. Wait, so what? So really, why is Sophie like this? So angry.
Fine, if you say so, Papa. Guess I'm not saying a word.
Go ahead, please. Meeting the real boogeyman sounds pretty juicy. Can you tell me more?
Maybe not really met. He just touched my shoulder. But his hand was cold as ice. Right away I knew it wasn't human. That guy's hands were human, though. They had warmth, so I knew he was just a regular guy.
Huh. So boogeyman's hands are cold, eh? I'll tell that to my little squirt. Anything else you noticed?
I feel like he might get angry if I say this.
I won't. Tell me.
That guy had this cold and emotionless air, like you couldn't tell what he was thinking at all. It reminded me of Mr. Keith, a little.
You still think that way now?
Not even, because Mr. Keith got really mad at me. He was like, "Don't worry your papa ever again."
Red paint? On his face? There was nothing like that. It was all red from blood spurts, though.
Really? Keith told me he had a weird paint on a torn paper bag. And one more thing. Did you see any red graffiti in the castle? Or any monsters? Hear any phones ringing?
No, I didn't.
Mr. Hoover, you're colorblind, if I recall. Maybe you just couldn't see the paint.
Yeah, but it's white and pink I get mixed up. I can see red just fine.
Well, and you, miss?
I saw quite a bit of the castle, but none of that. Did you hear that from the others?
Wait, no one else saw any of the writing? I can understand the ringing, but no one saw the writing either? Are you kidding me?
Don't get me wrong. I don't think you're lying. The others said they saw nothing too. But then, that makes Keith the one talking nonsense.
I don't think Keith is necessarily lying.
What do you mean?
Well, let me tell you the story of when I met the Crooked Man.
Because people don't always see the same things you do.
Thanks for the assistance, you two. Sorry about calling you in 2 weeks after the fact.
Is not everything settled yet?
The police there are in the middle of their investigation. My role is just to assist. I'm going to report your testimonies to them, and that's that. I'll be off now. Eric, take them to the entrance.
When our son died, I thought my own life was over too. I couldn't think about anything. Nothing had any taste. But tears would suddenly come anyway. I don't remember anything about what I did back then. That Keith was always at my side. When I wailed and shouted, he'd hug me, stroke my hair, say it was okay. Eventually, I adjusted to life without our son. I found I could laugh again. But when I got my own emotions back, I realized Keith had stopped laughing. I had been broken, and so had Keith. Over time, I was able to heal, but he didn't. He was still stuck in the moment of Todd's death. He was always supporting me, so he never faced up to himself. I struggled to be at least a little stronger. Next time, I would protect him, since I wanted him to laugh again. But I couldn't. I couldn't repay anything to Keith. And I realized I was a burden on him that would keep him from ever walking again. So, even if we're far apart, as long as he can laugh again, then that's the best choice I can make.
My wife always brings me warm milk before I go to bed. And last Father's Day, my little squirt tried cooking me a meal. I definitely don't need milk to get to sleep. And the kids cooking, I'll be blunt, it ain't good. But I'm glad for it. Usefulness and collateral don't mean a thing with this stuff. Keith didn't stay close to you expecting something in return. That's just what he wanted to do. You guys have got too much sympathy. You don't mind getting hurt for the sake of the other. But can't you notice that one of you being hurt hurts the other? You've just been getting more and more wounded as you go along. You're propping Keith up too, Helena. He can fight day after day, because he knows you're waiting at home, as much as I tease him about it. Don't think of yourself as baggage. Depend on him as much as you need. That's what he wants too.
Keith grabbed my hand and smiled, even though he was stabbed and wounded.
And what'd he say?
Got you.
'Cause he finally got what makes him happiest.
Tag, you're it. Okay, I don't understand what that means. I don't know why Keith would say that.
But, man, too much discrepancy between your guys' testimonies and Keith's. Just how am I gonna report this to their department? Hey, Helena, he went back home from the hospital today, right? Can I come talk with him now?
I'm sorry. Before he goes back home, there's a place he's going to visit. And I'm planning to head there myself. Keith.
I've always wanted to cry like this. I never forgot about him. Not for a single day. Ever since he died, I was scared. I felt like even the slightest sign of weakness would make it all crumble. I acted like I felt nothing, like nothing disturbed me. I thought then I might be able to fool everyone, even myself. It was so stupid. I was broken a long time ago. It was all garbage, but I acted like a champion of justice. It always felt off. Whoever I was working for, I never felt repaid. And I saw you were safe, and you came up to me. Finally, I felt happy again. Acting strong just made me weak. It was pointless. Todd would never forgive his father staying broken forever, because I promised I'd protect his mom. I'll take off the blindfold. I'm gonna laugh, even if it's at a stupid TV show. If I'm pissed, I'll get mad. And if I'm sad, I'll cry. First, I guess there'll have to be counseling. There's something seriously wrong with my head, seems like. It's gonna be a busy time.
Second, we gotta get rid of all of the closets, every single one of them. We only use drawers in this house now.
It's gonna be so busy. I won't be able to do it alone. Helena, I don't think I can deal with just being a good loser. I want a chance. Let me chase after you. Let me get down on my knees. You're the only one I want waiting for me.
There's no need for a chance. Didn't I tell you? Divorce or decide. I've decided. Haven't you too? We only ever have one umbrella, so we hold it together. And it's fine if we get a little wet, because it'll soon be sunny again.
Congratulations on beating the Boogeyman, and thank you for playing this game. Additionally, so if you played the previous 2 games in the series. This game was fully voiced with the help of voice actors. Due to the author's fatigue, there's no bonus scenario, but I did receive comments from each of the actors, so take a upper door if you're interested. The Something Man series has come to a turning point. The general storyline ends in the next game. Ooh. I have plans for serious and silly extra chapters afterwards, so please play those if you're interested. Lastly, once more, congratulations on beating the game and thank you for playing. Character bios. Keith Baring, 37. Height, 6'1", blood AB. Local police inspector. Cold and unfazed but determined. He has an obsession with protecting people out of guilt over his son's death. Didn't want to become a detective at first, but met Helena while finding a college and ended up joining the force to win her over. Sharp tongue. He often lets things slip in front of his son, which his son would later imitate. Dick is his boss, but also like an undesired friend who gets along with the whole family. After the incident, he goes for counseling at Dick's suggestion. He hates liver. Helena Baring, age 33. She is 5'3". Keith's wife, a gentle, lovable woman, appears carefree but is strong at her core. She's highly expressive, laughing and crying often. She met Keith as a student and quickly married him after graduating college. A year later, they had a son. She suffered emotionally for years after her son's death, but has recovered by now. She doesn't eat meat, not because she's vegetarian, just because she hates it. Her hobby is collecting tea from all over the world. David Hoover, 27. He is 6 feet tall. The Crooked Man's hero. Works for a trading company. He's made a complete turn from his previous moodiness. Married to Shirley for 3 months now. They kept their names. An honest fellow, but extremely unlucky. And that's why he got involved with the Crooked Man. He's athletic and strong, but a little slow on the uptake. He challenged his friend Paul to a chili dog contest, and Paul got gastritis. So he couldn't attend the tour. Scared of dogs due to a traumatic incident as a kid where he was chased by one for a whole ass hour. Sophie Grunler, she's 17. 5'1". High school student. Richard's daughter. I'm still trying to process the way she acted in game and this, because just like after what happened in the Sandman and then the way she acts here, it's so like, why? The Sandman's heroine and a lively heroine and a lively girl. Didn't like her dad for a long time, but they reconciled. Maybe as a result, she seems a little too attached lately. Somewhat cheekier than before, but still diligent as ever. Gets along well with David and Shirley as older friends. A little uneasy as girls at school are getting boyfriends. Not finding anyone she likes is her main worry for now. Loves ice cream. Lance Canal, 31, 5'10". Ex-journalist photographer, works for a small publisher, snarky about everything but can get freaked out easily. As a journalist, he chased incidents to write articles, and though sarcastic, he was known to hit the mark. Dislikes police due to what drove him out of journalism. Was thinking about making some passes at Helena and getting Keith angry at him to cause a scene. Richard Grunler. 44? Thought he was older than that. Works for a credit company. Unexpected. Diligent and cheerful, but has a timid side. Rather compassionate and sentimental. His daughter often blinds him to all else. It's been over 10 years since losing his wife, but he has no intention of remarrying. Mistook David for Sophie's boyfriend at first and got angry, but that's been cleared up and they all get along now. A real drinker who collects drinks, he likes scotch best. He actually suspected the boogeyman was Brendan, but was too focused on his daughter to tell Keith. I don't know, that kind of doesn't line up with, like, what happened. Like, it's maybe sort of, kind of, but, like, when he mentioned it, it's like, okay, maybe you need to go check on Brendan, but then Keith mentioned, like, no, I saw him beheaded, so there's no point in that. So it's just like, oh, never mind. Rather than it being he was too focused on his daughter. Shirley Weber, 26. David's wife, a pharmacist. Beautiful, strong-willed, and cool. Hates to rely on anyone and tries to do it all herself. She often fights with David. Fawns over Sophie like a little sister. I don't know. I don't like that often fights part. That doesn't sound like a nice thing to be involved in. Dick Anderson, 39. Dang, he big. Small as shit, dude. Local police manager. Keith's direct boss who understands him well. He has a wife and 2 children. His stature and face frighten people, but he's gentle and doesn't raise his voice over little things. Gets along with both Keith and Helena. He's the friendly giant. Ugh, Eric Simpson. 25, 5'9". Local detective, Keith's subordinate. Ambitious, but hates to do busy work. His laziness got him stuck with the scariest 2 at the station. Dick and Keith, but it's yet to prove effective. Great. When David was taken in a while back, he questioned him. He sympathized with him and was a bit relieved to learn he was alright after that incident. Why are you a detective then if you're gonna be lazy about it? Like, you could be ambitious, but if you don't fucking do anything else, then what's the point? Steve Small, 31, 5'7". Tour conductor for the agency NA Travel, became a member on the Livingstone Castle project and decided to run this test tour. He and the castle's 9 servants ended up as Brendan Dumont's murder victims. Born in Connecticut, and that's where he now rests. Todd Baring, 5'3'8", because, you know, he's 5. Keith and Helena's son. Kind of timid but cheery and honest, clever, and alas, quickly learned the bad words Keith used. At age 5, he was run over by a truck and died. Excuse me? The Strange Man. Is that the Sandman? The Strange Man series, number 4, The Hangman. The Sandman. Oh. He always freaks me out.
How many times have we come here again?
Oh, 5, I think.
Ugh, I can't stand it. We've told them the same story over and over. There's gonna be rumors at school about Sophie frequenting the police station.
Now, Sophie, don't complain. The police are doing their best, and it's been a month now. This must be the last time. I'm sure of it. Does my princess require a beverage to quell her temper? What shall it be, your majesty?
Orange juice.
Very well. I'll go buy some.
Thanks. Hey, when those dogs attacked me, you saved me, right? I can't imagine any other reason those dogs would fall asleep so quickly. Thanks.
So that's the reason why.
I'm having a great time lately. I'm getting along great with Papa and Anne, and Reagan, well, if she wants to get along, I'll give her a chance. Things are so much better than when I carried all my burden myself. Now I know there's someone always looking out for me.
What the frick, Sandman? If you could have done that, you could have gotten rid of this whole ass thing. Useless!
Sometimes I really miss you. You're doing okay, right? How about the other fairies? You know,
He asks all these questions, but you can't understand him because he speaks in, like, I don't even know. It's like weird squiggly. I think of squiggles every time he talks.
Sorry to butt in,
What the fuck?
Ah! Hold on, wait! You got the wrong idea. I'm not a weirdo or anything, okay?
Stare.
Don't touch me. Brats with a thing for daydreaming aren't the most comfortable people to be around.
I'm not daydreaming. Keep it between us, but I've met some fairies.
He's just like, I don't want, there's already issues I'm trying to get, I don't want to listen to any of your fairy things. I see the giant eyes staring at me, and I don't want to, thanks, Sophie. I'm just gonna pretend you're a little weird child.
So you don't believe me?
No, I do. I met one when I was a kid, too.
Really?
Yeah, this hobo in the area always had a head full of dandruff, so I called him the Dandruff Fairy. Oh yeah, and I've got a coworker who eats non-stop cup noodles, the Cup Noodle Fairy. Want to be introduced?
She just kicks him.
Why won't you believe me?
'Cause you're 17. He turns away and leaves.
A 37-year-old who believes in fairies ain't exactly socially adjusted, don't you think? But hey, if they do exist, put in a request to one of your fairy friends to get me some wings. Big, fluffy, pink ones.
It's like, yeah, I'll definitely do that, jerk.
What do you use those for?
Just want some wings. Why not? Mr. Detective wanna fly away.
No. Stop right there, Keith. You're under arrest now. How dare you?
Huh. You angry? Phew, better step off. One of your friends might cast a spell to turn me into a fluffy white kitty. Maybe instead of filling your head with stupid fantasies, fill in that chest a little. It's so pathetic I can't even look at it.
What are you talking about, Keith? Considering that when you look at her fucking portrait, she has a reasonable sized chest, which is why I was confused. I think the only reason I have such an issue is because there wasn't voices on the Sandman. So the voice that I had and the way that I portrayed Sophie in my mind was a lot different than what's portrayed here, and it just drives me up the wall.
Ugh!
What's wrong?
Haven't been able to sleep since last night, even though I'm sleepy. It's weird.
Did you take any medicine?
Yep. Anxiolytics. Sleeping pills. Guess they're not working.
Let's talk to each other then. Before you know it, you'll be sound asleep, and it'll be morning.
Don't you need to sleep? You don't have to stay up for me.
It's fine. I'll stay with you until you're snoozing away.
Maybe some exercise would have been better.
Great. Now I can't move. This is the VIP room for the fully voiced versions, voice actors, as well as the translator. You can hear about everyone's other projects and thoughts on acting in this game. Hello, I'm just an innocent little sheepy.
Hello, I'm the voice for the Boogeyman. Oh, sorry. Where was I? Oh yeah. Hi, I'm Dave Ossity, the voice of the Boogeyman, but you could just call me Dave. I must say, it was an honor to be able to work with Woody and all the other actors and actresses on this game. I've been a big fan of Woody's games for some time, and when I saw that she was having an audition for a new project, I thought I might try out for a role. I'm not a professional voice actor, in my opinion.
I'm really weirded out at the fact that his regular voice is just the Boogeyman.
But I have done some voiceover work in my past, and I have done some scary story readings. You can find them on YouTube if you're interested. Just search on my name. Anyway, I auditioned and now I'm here in Uri's game. I really enjoyed bringing her character of the Boogeyman to life. Helping Uri create this game was a fun and rewarding experience for me, and I'm very glad to have been a part of it. I'm also glad that you decided to play this game and have made it this far. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed playing the Boogeyman.
Imagine the Boogeyman just talking to you in such a civil tone.
Hi, I'm the Overlord Bear. You can call me Tob or Tobby, or maybe Tobbs. I know. What do you want to call me?
I don't know.
Anyway, I voiced Brendan Dumont here in Uri-san's The Boogeyman. I'd like to thank Uri-san for letting me be in this project. I'm glad to be a part of the making of an awesome game in Uri-san's awesome Strange Men series, and I'm glad that I have met and made friends with certain people in the production group.
You spoke so fast and my brain couldn't read along.
How difficult was figuring out the puzzles in the game? How difficult was figuring out the identity of the person behind the mask of the fake Boogeyman?
Not difficult.
I'd like to know, though I think Uri-san would like to know that and more of your thoughts about the game even more. Also, I'd like to say that if I were a character in the TBM story, I think Brendan would probably do one of three things. Number 1, place me at main character level, maybe even at protagonist level considering my liking for heroism. Number 2, turn me into a butt monkey that doesn't get killed during the plot but gets tortured for comedy, for Brendan at least, a lot because of my social awkwardness. And 3, kill me because I was pretty nosy and then ended up knowing too much about his plans. Maybe you would do a mix of the 3 choices. Indeed, being one of Brendan's victims is a freaking scary thought. Oh, and I'd like to know your honest constructive feedback on my voice acting. Also, if you want to know more about me, please go to theoverlordbear.wordpress.com. Oh, and maybe you'll find something interesting if you go to brendanscastle.tumblr.com. Now, excuse me while I take over and renovate a certain blonde Two-Face's castle.
Hello, this is Nervous from misanthropop.com, aka Lance Canal. I'm recording this with help from my new assistant, Borscht. Say hi, Borscht!
Oh, kitty!
I've been a fan of both Uri and VG Person's output for a couple of years now, so it really was a pleasure and an honor to spend the last year working on the Boogeyman alongside them. I've also met a lot of interesting and lovely people from all over the world in the form of my fellow actors and actresses. I suppose Lance would say, "What do you want from me? I've done my job already, give me a break." But I'd really like to thank Uri and VG Person for the wonderful opportunity that they gave me, and I hope we can all work together again someday. I'd also like to thank you for playing the game, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks.
I really like Lance's just smooth-sounding voice.
Hey everyone, this is Jesse, aka Stevie, and thanks for playing the Boogeyman. I've had a fantastic time working on this project, and I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. As a last note, I just want to give you all a recommendation to look out for future titles from Electric Pop Studios, a game designing group I'm a part of. We're in the beginning stages, so we haven't released anything yet, but hopefully we'll be getting started on that soon. Hope you all enjoyed listening to me die. Have a good one. Bye.
I wanted to save you, Stevie, but I couldn't do it. It was all just a sham.
Hello, this is a Doxographist, and I am the voice actress for Shirley, who is a cool chick who's tough and dependable. And I'm not like that at all, because I'm a big weenie baby and I get scared really easily. So that's where I'm at. Either way, it's been a lot of fun doing voice work for this project. I'm sad that I don't have anything more to record, but I am also happy to see it all come together beautifully. Voltron, like, I don't know what Voltron is in Japanese. Never mind. Yeah. So I guess a bit about me. I'm a doxographist. I'm from Canada. I speak English and I speak French as well. I don't really do voice acting in French though, but bonjour, ça c'est mon français, je suis bilingue, français-anglais, mais mon anglais est supérieur que mon français, meilleur, peux-je dire. I've been voice acting for maybe about 3 to 4 years, around that ballpark. And mostly I voice deeper women, tough chicks. Ugh! I voice a lot of young boys, I voice some tomboy girls, that kind of stuff.
Really? The voicing younger characters one, I'm just like, I wonder how that would sound.
The main project that I do is Let's Read Homestuck on YouTube, which is a comic dub of a webcomic called Homestuck. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, but I voice Jade Harley.
Jade Harley, who is a high-pitched girl, and it's kind of different from my regular voice, but whatever.
I do a lot of comic dubs with the group that produces Let's Read Homestuck. It's called Collab HQ if you want to look it up. And yeah, I don't know if I have much to add. I've done voice work for a couple of games, but mostly what I do is I do motion comics and I do comic dubs. But yeah, either way, I hope you enjoyed playing the game. I hope you got spooked. You got your willies Jimmy wrestled, scared. You know, expressions meaning you got frightened. And yeah, sorry. This is I'm not great at talking about myself, but either way, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Later.
Hello everyone, I'm Ro, the voice of David Hoover. First, thank you for playing the Boogeyman. I hope you had as much fun playing as I did voicing in it.
He has an accent.
Thank you Uri for making this game, and thank you VG Person for translating it, helping Uri, and making some 2D Japanese indie horror games available for English speakers to play.
I was wondering, because every time there's like certain points where an accent would slip in for David, because I kept thinking, I'm like, wait, is there like two different people trying to do David's voice? What is going on? This explains so much.
So, I initially came upon Uri's games on VG Person's website. The first of these that I played was The Crooked Man. On my first playthrough, I spoke out all of David's lines to myself, just for fun. I quite liked David's everyman character. He was someone we could all relate to because of the things he'd done and seen. He's also really kind and loves to help. He's the kind of soft-spoken protagonist that everyone loves or loves to hate, which you see often in anime and manga. Despite being an avid fan of anime and manga, I found it hard to capture that kind of character with my voice. When I auditioned for a role in The Boogeyman, I had no idea it would be a game that ties together all the characters of Uri's previous other games. So when I learned that I would be the voice of my favorite character, I was very thrilled. Now I am David Hoover. I have a very, very old YouTube channel that I've never uploaded to before, but I'm going to start uploading voice acting clips, games, and whatever I can think of there. It is youtube.com/Rokuro. That's ROUKURO. And yes, I know I spelled that particular name wrong. It won't have much for now, but I'll be uploading more as time passes, and hopefully people will like it. Oh, and if you want me to voice act for your game or project, feel free to send me a message at that channel.
Hello everyone, my name is Max. To most people on the internet, I'm known as Blue Neon Light Show. On YouTube, I go by Epsilon, and I voice Keith for this game. Yeah, I know. Lots of names.
I understand that.
This was the first time I tried voice acting, so yeah, sorry if I didn't do as good of a job as I could have. It's really been an honor doing this for Yuri. I honestly didn't expect getting the part. Some friends on Skype said that they were trying out for the Boogeyman, and I thought it would be fun to try. Turns out, Yuri liked my voice, so imagine my surprise when I actually got the part. I really like playing the role as Keith. I always like the cold-hearted characters that work on the side of justice, and is willing to do anything to save the day. Kinda like Jack Bauer, I guess. Or Batman. Anyway, please try out the other games whenever you get the chance. There's the Sandman, the Crooked Man. Go and check them out if you haven't yet. Thank you for playing through the game, keeping me alive, and more importantly, Thank you for saving my life. I'm sure Serene will be happy that you saved Helena too. Unless you got the other 4 endings first.
Shifty eyes.
Then, Anyway, feel free to talk to any of us. We all have Skype. Mine is neon.l.show. I should probably stop talking now. Congratulations, and good night.
Hey there. I was actually thinking about saying I'm not actually the voice actor of Toad, but in the end, nah. So, great thanks to Uri, the great game's equally great creator, who was also really sweet along the creation of the game, Visual Person, Her Majesty the Translator Queen, and the voice actors, who helped bring this together with their lovely voices. It was a pleasure to work with all of them. And of course, we can't forget you. Good job for getting the good ending, by the way. Oh, and just a note, if I do something the later days, it probably won't be in the same name. Something like Nobody maybe. I have a Twitter with that name, but then again, who knows. Anyways, thank you. I love you.
Heya, Serenity Harper here, the voice of Helena Baring. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you on beating the game. I hope you had fun playing and liked the ending, or endings you got. It's been a great pleasure and an honor to work on this project alongside everyone. I never expected to get Helena's role since it's my first time voice acting, and to tell you the truth, my audition was very messy. I have quite a lot of things to talk about, but in order to avoid bogging down players with minutes upon minutes of talking, I have written my overall thoughts about the game down on my blog. It will be made available once people have reached this to avoid spoiling stuff. For those who are interested in reading it, the blog is helenabaring.tumblr.com. Thank you so much again for playing the Boogeyman. If you ever want to talk, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at Serene Harper. I'll give you warm hugs and pats on the back for a job well done. Alright, that sounds weird. Right. Anyways, take care always and catch you later.
Hey there, this is Cyril and I voiced Eric. I hope you enjoyed the game, and what a great game it was, right? Thanks to everyone who worked on it, especially Yuri. This was my first try at voice acting, so I hope you liked it. It was such a great experience for me. Moving on, I'm a freelance artist. If you're interested in seeing my work, then just visit my website. A real amazing thing this was for me, and I hope that it was for you as well. Take care, player. Until next time.
Hello, I'm Manly Badass Hero, the voice of Dick Anderson. I've been a big fan of the Strange Men series, so when I saw there was auditions, I sent some improv and general recordings, and not only was I accepted, I also found out Uri was a fan of my playthroughs of her games, which needless to say made me feel a bit giddy. Personally, I've liked the games not only because of their similarities to things like Silent Hill, but also that they're relatable to people with depression. Whether or not you're an adult or a young person, I think dark times in your life can really change your perspective on the world, and sometimes this makes you a crooked man. Anyway, I've been glad to help work on this project, and until next time, thanks for playing.
Hi, I'm Chocolate. I do the voice of Sophie. I'm really glad I got to be in this game, especially that I got to play Sophie. I really related to her story in the Sandman, so it's just really awesome that I'm doing her voice, you know? I'm also working on a game, though it has a long way to go before it's finished. It's called Dollhouse, and it'll also be a puzzle exploration type game.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're playing this. My name is Winter Johnson, and I'm the voice of Richard Grundler. Congratulations on getting through this story of death, fear, and loss. I hope the emotional scars will fade in time. Working on this game has been a very fun experience for me, and working with the developer has been a delight. She has been very encouraging and reasonable, yet is not afraid to mention when something needs reworking. Seeing the story grow and watching these characters develop and change and fight and die has been fascinating to watch. As an actor, I am so happy to have been given the opportunity to help bring this story to life. I hope you enjoyed playing the game as much as I did acting in it.
think I know if he voiced the Doctor. I want to eat that cake. No. Oh, here I have comments from the translator VG Person, who has a crucial helper in the development of the Boogeyman. VG Person translates most of my games to English and conveys announcement to English fans. And she also works blazingly fast. When she translated the Sandman just a couple of days, I could have gone down and licked her shoes. So then her comment. Hi, it's VG Person. If you played the previous games in the series in English, you probably know of me. I translated those too, is why. This time I helped Uri through development to realize her dream of having English voice acting. She's very grateful, as you can see, and insisted I get to make comments here too. FYI, these comments are different in the Japanese version. Really boring stuff. Most Japanese players wouldn't have any idea who I am, is the thing. Uri mentioned the idea of English voice acting on Twitter, and I was wondering if she wanted my help with it, so I figured I should make the offer. Maybe it was more of an idle thought than it seemed, but ultimately it happened. To make a 1.5 year long story short, too late, I helped with all things English in development, though Uri did try to take care of some things herself so as not to bother me too much. As you might have noticed, well, hey, it's been part of the charm since. Wow, I don't know how to read things properly. As you might have noticed. Well, hey, it's been part of the charm since. Thank you, Car. Well, hey, it's been part of the charm since TCM, though. Seriously, though, she did plenty of coordination with the actors by herself unless it was complicated. There were challenges. I've never translated anything that was going to be voice acted before. Didn't always have full context. Uri had issues writing scripts in a timely fashion, etc. If there's a next time, though, it should go better. But all that said, Uri, while you may have apologized for making me translate like 200 lines of dialogue every time you sent a script, forever sorry about bothering me because I must be busy. Don't worry, I absolutely loved it. Thank you so much to making this game. Man, even without my microphone in front of my face, I still can't read. I almost missed that comment because I thought it was food. I think that's it for this. Is there a way to leave? Or am I just gonna be in here? I guess I'm just gonna be in here. I might as well just stay here. Okay. Thoughts on the Boogeyman. I, for one, who has 2 brain cells to rub together and create electricity to run through the through the areas of my brain, could not, no matter how many times I looked at the word puzzles, I could not identify that they mattered. For someone who does not do puzzle games often, it was very odd doing, a more open usage of it. I'm so used to the linear fashion where you get the hint and then you solve the puzzle immediately afterward, which is exactly how the chest one was supposed to be, but I was more focused on the chessboard on the table instead of the word puzzle, which, I don't know. I'm not smart when it comes to puzzles because I never do them. Aside for the puzzle aspect, it was really nice to see that the other folks were involved in this. Seeing David again, seeing Sophie again. It's just really weird for me specifically. I did mention that during the bonus scene, when I played the Sandman, there were no voices. So the way I had pictured her in my mind and the way that I voiced her was somebody who was older and not so whiny and not much of a brat. That's not what I really took away from her in the Sandman. Though I guess it's different because she has her dad now, and I guess she became spoiled all of a sudden. Like, she was... Like, it wasn't like she was a saintly child in the Sandman. But, like, she never came off as, like, somebody who was spoiled from birth to present age. So, for me, it was really weird to see Sophie in this different light because she just seems like a whole ass different person. And then it was confusing for me that Sophie had such... her voice and the lines together made her seem like she was way younger. You know, once again, is confusing after playing the Sandman. And then, so I really wanted to know what the timeline was, and I got that. It was the way that the games were put out. Crooked Man, Sandman, Boogie Man, and then our next one is going to be the Hanged Man. I'm both glad that I knew it was Brendan all along, but at the same time, I was almost hoping that I was wrong. Just to see what was gonna happen. It is actually very curious that the supernatural aspect wasn't used as much as in the Crooked Man and the Sandman. For this one, it was more subtle, whereas Boogeyman, I believe he did like do some whisperings to Brendan since he was thrown in a friggin' closet. I still don't really know where the castle was supposed to be located. I thought we were in Europe, and then when I was editing and I saw Helena go, "Oh, this is just like when we were in Europe," and I was just like, what? We're not in Europe. Where are we? I think if it wasn't mentioned that Brendan was part of Hollywood, like he went to Hollywood and stuff like that, I think he wouldn't have been the main person to be suspect. Or maybe he would have, considering it's his castle. But the Hollywood part was the thing that really set it off, that Brendan was the one who did it, because they know how to make all of the props and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, Brendan knows how to do stuff like that. He's been in Hollywood. It doesn't say specifically, I don't think, what he's done, but like, that's like, he was in Hollywood, so he knows a thing or two. And considering like the way this, I almost said the Sandman, the way that the Boogeyman is dressed, and then you see Brendan, his eyes closed, and this whole theatric way of doing it, it's just like, yeah, that's Brendan. The Boogeyman is Brendan. That's not even, that could be somebody else entirely, because this guy has money. He could just, I mean, the end result was, it was a doll with blood packs or something in it. But he could have also easily made one of the servant dudes, he could have dressed them up and been like, this is Brendan, and then killed them, because he wasn't discriminating. It's not as if he left any of the servants alive. He killed them all off. So yeah. And then with the other dead bodies that were in there that weren't killed with the same MO, where he cuts the back of their neck and stuff, it's just like, yeah, this is Brendan. This is Brendan, definitely. It's just I'm never confident in any of my answers, so I like to just pick and choose. But, I put all my chips into Brendan despite all of my theories. Because, it was just too obvious that it was him. So, it really couldn't be anyone else. It's interesting, though, that that was the way that this game went. With an actual person and not, some supernatural entity or somebody dead or something. But, we know, I guess it's just because the boogeyman likes to operate on the down low. He only likes to operate through the closet. Oh, okay, the bad ends. Let's talk about the bad ends. I made sure to put warnings for those ones because I thought, the way it ended was a little messed up. And I just, I wanted to put it out there, just in case. Man, I was not expecting Keith to end like that in the third ending. Precious box, which I still don't understand. I don't keep anything in a box, I keep it in a corral, thank you very much. Just wow. The way things turned out for him. And then I can understand what with Helena's ending, which was I think the fourth one. The way hers turns out, I expected because it didn't seem like, despite the way the happy end triggers showed, I feel like that might have been just in Keith's head. But Helena didn't seem like she was all that affected by what was happening with the boogeyman. It wasn't affecting her mentally, in the way that it affected Brendan and Keith. But, her ending, I expected, because it's just shit, what are you gonna do? You're depressed as hell. And you feel like you have nothing. You've lost the one thing that you've been living for this entire time, so what's the point in staying? But I thought it was also, thinking on the other side of it, I thought that was really fucked up that she did it while Cheryl and David were there. I just want to think of it as she was real tired. She's been having nightmares and she just fell asleep and it was oh fuck. She just fell asleep there and not because it was her choice. Just don't want to think about it. I'm curious though if the hangman, I don't know if they're gonna involve any of the previous characters again. But if that's gonna, what Keith saw, is that gonna continue to affect him? Because it didn't seem like it, because it didn't look like he was either ignoring the fact that the Sandman was staring directly at him, or, he really couldn't see him. So, I don't know I don't know what's gonna go on with that. Because it seems like Sophie is still in contact with, or has a connection to the Sandman's world still, which I think of all of the games, I think I like Sandman the best. And I can't remember why, because it's been a while since I last played both of them. I think I really like the Sandman because of the endings, too, for it. And just the whole story for that one, I think, was the most enjoyable to me. But we'll see what happens with the hangman. Yeah. Part of me kind of wants to like replay those games again. But maybe I shouldn't. As in like, you know, on the channel. I don't know, that was like ages ago. And thinking about those days is embarrassing. Like if I think to like doing the stuff now I find embarrassing, I find the way back then's times embarrassing. Especially when I played Madfather. I edit things, but you know, that doesn't help me all the time. Still gonna say, do something stupid. Anyways, I'm hoping that the hangman doesn't have a bunch of puzzles, a bunch of word puzzles in it. I'll be mad. I can't solve them without the walkthrough. That's so lame. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I don't know how long this last part is gonna go, and if I can do anything about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in the Hangman, which is going to be the last of this series. I hope you guys have a good day and a good night. Goodbye.